All summer long, all we heard about was Victor Wembanyama. Every single day there was another highlight reel. We had people saying he was 7'2" to 7'5". People were calling him a mix between Kevin Durant and Rudy Gobert. He's without a doubt the most hyped prospect we've had since LeBron James. A talent like this being available seemed like it would make most GMs salivate over that possibility of landing him with the #1 overall pick. So much so we had Adam Silver pretty much begging teams not to tank at the beginning of the season. And as of right now, it seems like it worked. Maybe not the public statement, but for a couple reasons, parity is at an all-time high in the NBA right now. Look at the Western Conference standings. As of the day I'm recording this, one game separates the 1 seed from the 9 seed. Now I know it's early and it won't stay that way, but I really think this is a result of the play-in tournament, as well as the changing of the lottery odds, but the play-in more specifically. Teams that would have been mailing it in for Victor Wembanyama are being competitive and giving their fans an enjoyable basketball team to watch. Look at teams like the Kings and the Indiana Pacers, who happened to make a huge trade last year. But if you talk to majority of Kings fans before this season about what their expectations were, they would have said play-in. I would say 90%, if not more of them, would have said play-in. And because of that play-in opportunity, the Kings came into this season with actual hope. When if it was still the normal 8-seed playoff picture, I'm not sure the hope would have been there from the start. And that hope has got them on a 6-game win streak for the first time since 2006. It's a beautiful thing. That's what sports is all about. If you guys don't know this, as of this time right now, the Indiana Pacers are 10-6 on the season. Pacers fans probably started this season wanting to trade Buddy Hield, wanting to trade Miles Turner, and tank for Victor Wembanyama. But Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict Mathurin are putting on a show every single night, and while I'm sure some fans would rather be bad, would rather lose those games, but the fans in the building every single night are excited, every night. And again, that is what basketball is about. For the people at home who want to watch good basketball are tuning in to watch the Sacramento Kings and the Indiana Pacers. And without the play-in, I'm not sure we'd be seeing that. Without the play-in, I think the Indiana Pacers would have traded Miles Turner and Buddy Hield already. Without the play-in tournament last year, the Pelicans, who started 1-12 or something like that on the season, they absolutely would have gave up and just completely mailed it in. But instead they built winning habits and came back a better team this year because they strived for that play-in tournament, won their way into the playoffs, and then pushed the first seed Phoenix Suns to 6 games. That's what it's all about. That's what sports is all about. And I think Adam Silver absolutely knocked it out the park with this play-in tournament. But you also have the other side of it, right? I just praised it. I just gave all the examples of why it's working. Because like the examples I gave, the Sacramento Kings probably came into the season thinking about the play-in. They've won 6 straight now. The Indiana Pacers are 10-6. They're probably not going to trade Miles Turner now. You also have other examples like Bradley Beal. He probably should have been traded a long time ago, but making the play-in and making the playoffs is so appealing to that Washington Wizards franchise that they could settle on making the play-in when really they should have blew it up a while ago. But one thing that's negative about the parity in the NBA is NBA fans, at least the casual fans, they thrive off of hate. And we won't even say casual fans, let's say kids, because I'm sure some of you guys grew up rooting against the LeBron, Wade, Bosh Big Three. Some of you guys probably were in high school, if not middle school, during the Warriors KD run. It's not really remembered this way, but I'm sure people hated the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. I'm sure people hated Jordan's dynasty with the Bulls. And that's what the NBA historically has thrived off of. But when you have parity like this and the last 4 champions are 4 different teams, that's not normal for the NBA. And the NBA has been losing the casual fan as of lately. In the individual markets, everyone's locked in. In Sacramento, everyone is locked into Sacramento games. In Indiana, everyone is locked into Indiana games. But the casual fan is not turning on their TV to watch the Sacramento Kings. And that's the problem the NBA has right now. It's leaning toward more of a baseball style, where baseball nationally is nowhere close to where it used to be, but locked in certain different markets, they are completely locked into their teams. And it seems like that's what the NBA is becoming. I'm not sure if that's not good for business, but basketball is at an all-time high right now. The NBA is so deep. The parity is all over, and odds are we're going to have a 5th different team win a championship in 5 years. I'm not sure that's ever happened in NBA history. You guys could do the research and tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's ever happened in NBA history. You always have teams like the Detroit Pistons pop up and get one in the mid-2000s. You have teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Dallas Mavericks who got one in this modern era, but it's usually the Miami Heat winning 2, The Houston Rockets winning 2 back in the day, the Warriors winning 2. It's usually not like this where we have the possibility of having 5 different champions in 5 years. You know, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that's never happened before. If it happened in the very, very, very early stages of the NBA. But think about it, we've had the Celtics, we've had the Bulls, we've had the Lakers, we've had the Warriors, we've had the Spurs, and we've had the Miami Heat. That is pretty much all of the NBA champions besides the teams that snuck up and got one. So the NBA is at a very, very special place right now. You know, the Bucks could win it this year or the Warriors could win it this year, and that point still wouldn't stand. But 4 different champions in 4 years, I'm not sure that's ever happened either. And that's just the place where the league is at right now. Is it good or bad? I guess that's yet to be determined. It's bad for TV ratings, but is it better for growing the game of basketball overall? When kids are locked into their local teams, is it better for fandom overall? You know, we kind of got into this era where kids don't really have favorite teams anymore. They have favorite players, you know, and that's understandable. But now, you know, I'm gonna keep going back to this example because these 2 teams are the best example of it. We're getting a new generation of Kings fans right now. We're getting a new generation of Indiana Pacers fans right now. We're getting a new generation of OKC fans and Shea fans right now. And I think that is the best part about basketball. And I prefer it this way. I prefer it this way to, I'm gonna just follow LeBron James wherever he goes, or I'm gonna just follow Kevin Durant wherever he goes. I think the NBA is in a very, very interesting spot right now, but overall, I think they're in a great place. I think we've gotten back to what it used to be, and I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But let me know what you guys think about all of this. I know I threw a lot out there, but I just think the NBA is in a very, very interesting spot right now. And they might be losing a little bit of money because of it, but you know, they're gonna make it up on the back end. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm out. Peace.